Don't forget to check out the Twitch live stream every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific. Twitch.tv/X_UtterChaos_X. Now on to your featured video.
Welcome to the Week in Review. I'm Ace McTavish, and we're going to start off Week 9 in the Champions League Group Stage Match Day 5. Celtic making a visit to the Etihad. A 1-1 draw for Match Day 1 while Nelson was out with an injury. Bayern still control the group. Celtic unable to beat Joe Hart with a few early attempts. Man City would not suffer the same fate. Nelson, under control, takes it inside and patiently waits for the run of Delph, and he puts it past midway through the first half. Fabian has come to life past few weeks. The lead would hold into the second half. Janko plays a ball up the right flank. Robert steps on it and somehow finds a pass back to Janko. First time finish into the far post. The setback seemed to charge the Sky Blues. Aguero squares to Silva, a touch on to Nelson, and he lets it fly just inside the box. 2-1, City with 20 minutes left to play. Nelson would add a second 10 minutes later, winning back possession, only the keeper to beat. A nice finesse finish. 2 goals and an assist for Nelson at this point. City weren't finished in stoppage time. Nelson tries beating the D over the top. Nabil Fekir sticks with it, netting his first Champions League goal. 4-1 is the final. Depending on the Bayern Stade Rennais result, that may have put Man City through to the knockout stages. Staying at home but returning to Premier League action as City welcome Middlesbrough. A few changes to the lineup. Maybe not taking Burrow as a threat, although they sit 7th. Fekir would pick up where he left off, getting things started in the 35th minute. Peniranda gives it back, and Nabil controlled finish past Valdez, 1-0 at halftime. Alberto Peniranda would get his second Premier League goal as Andrew Moy taps the cross on, and the Venezuelan international fires it home. The game of seconds continues. Minutes later, City just weaving around the Borough defense. Nelson with another fine left-footed finish, his second in the league. It's 3-0 with 25 minutes remaining. The 4-goal mark reached for the second straight game as Kelechi Iheanacho nets his first of the season. Andrew Moy picking up another assist in the process. 4-0 the final score. A third straight home match, this time hosting Derby County in the EFL Cup quarterfinals. A look at the bracket, Rotherham knocking off Man United, Newcastle through on penalties, and either Hull or Palace makes for what looks like an easy path to the finals. Derby County had other plans. City with a chance at the 13-minute mark, but Nelson a bit unlucky as his shot hits off the crossbar. And then 10 minutes later, Tom Ince down the right wing takes to the touchline, sending in a cross and finding the head of Vidra. The championship side take a 1-0 lead. And City are unable to find an equalizer. Derby knocked the Sky Blues out of the EFL Cup. One bit of good news is Kevin De Bruyne making his first appearance of the season since returning from that torn ACL. The final My Player match this week brings a first trip to Hillsborough Stadium and the first series meeting against Sheffield Wednesday, who are struggling to stay above that relegation zone. City don't wait long to open the scoring. 16 minutes in, Nelson sticks with the play, taking the ball away from the defender and quickly finishing another left-footed finish, and that's his third of the season. And Nelson would add his second of the game, 4th on the season, waiting patiently at the far post, and Fekir with plenty of time to pick him out. 2-0 is the final. Nelson with the brace and man of the match honors. A monumental set of fixtures in Career Manager this week, and we start off in Champions League action. A trip to the Camp Nou to take on Barcelona. Napoli, Chelsea, Monaco, Leverkusen, and United Arsenal, the other matchups. Fast forward all the way to the 73rd minute when Lionel Messi opens up the scoring all on his own. Nobody wants to get anywhere near him, and it's a blast into the upper right corner. Barca add a second minute later. Short corner, Messi gets it back to Neymar, and he's going to dance around one defender, take it to the touchline, another defender, and another cross. Alderweireld with a sitter. 2-0 the final. Bolton played well, got a few good chances, but clearly Barca outclassed them on this day. Returning home to Premier League action, Bolton looked to get back to winning ways against Chelsea. 3 previous meetings with the Blues have all resulted in draws. Chelsea sit third, Bolton back up to 10th. The visitors waste no time. Thomas Kang, a long run down the far sideline, whips across in, and Mauro Icardi gets on the end of it. 1-0, 12th minute. Bolton had a couple good opportunities, but were unable to find the back of the net for the second straight game. 1-0 is the final. Icardi, our soon-to-be new signing, takes the honors this game. Second leg of that quarterfinal Champions League matchup, Barcelona would be looking to finish the job they started back in Spain. Bolton's defense not holding up well as the first game. Suarez shot deflected, and it makes it to Sergio Roberto. Gives it right back to William Carvalho, who drills it into the upper left to give the visitors the lead, and that makes it 3-0 on aggregate. Bolton reply right away. Davis feeds Vivian perfectly. Ter Stegen can't reach the shot. That's 1-1. Vivian picks up his first goal of this cup. And initially shaken after that goal, Barca regroup in the second half. Neymar brings down the errant pass, and look at that volley from Suarez. That is a world-class finish right there. Bolton weren't finished though. Zignini taken down inside the box just as he was shooting. De Vrij earns a yellow card on that play. Ter Stegen guesses correctly on the Will Davis penalty, but he scores it anyway. That levels it 2-2 on the day. And Bolton hoping to come away with at least a draw. They would end up disappointed. 90th minute, Gomes lifts the cross to Alcacer, and he heads it home. And that's a 3-2 loss, 5-2 on aggregate, and Barcelona have knocked Bolton out of the Champions League. Looking to end that 3-match losing streak, Bolton traveled to East London to face off versus West Ham United. 2-1 victory over the Hammers already this season, and 3 wins in 3 all time. The two sides would trade opportunities off the crossbar. Fernandez in the 36th minute for West Ham, and Bryan in the 61st minute for Bolton. And Fernandez would get another point-blank chance. Price does well to save. The follow-up parallels the goal line. 0-0 the final. A point gained on the road. And a chance to seal their place in the Premier League. Bolton welcome Hull City for match day 34. 2-1 victory in this one as well, in their only meeting. Hull City fighting for survival as Bolton just outside the top half. The Tigers bite in the first half. 33rd minute, nobody closes anyone down inside the box, and Franco De Santo is left wide open at the back post, somehow squeezing in their past Price. That's a 1-0 lead for the visitors. Several chances to widen the margin. None more spectacular than this cross from Klukas right onto the foot of Zungo, and his blast is straight at Price, who parries it off the crossbar. But it's going to end in a 1-0 loss to lowly Hull City, and the struggle is now real. And closing out Week 10, it's a trip down the road to face Manchester United at Old Trafford. And although we play the Red Devils tough, only one victory in 4 meetings overall. A chance to stick it to the league leaders. Matteo Darmian opens up the scoring for the home squad. 10 minutes, a nice give and go with Casemiro blasted into the upper left. That's a 1-0 lead. And Bolton do their best swift reply. Lewis delivers a nice through ball to Vigil van Bergen, runs it down, cuts it back inside, and beats De Gea at the near post, leveling things at 1, 15 minutes gone. Zlatan nearly gives the visitors the lead early in the second half, but this laser hits the post. And the attack would keep pushing, finally breaking through again in the 69th minute. Brian slips a pass between 2 defenders, and Patrick Hall does it again. A fantastic goal, his second of the season, giving us a 2-1 lead. The lead would be short-lived. United with a swift reply of their own. Thiago Alcantara wide on the left, squares it to Martial, somehow gets that cross off, finding Henrik Mkhitaryan. The near post header, beating Price, knotting things back up at 2. And that's how today would end. It's another point on the road. Now 9 points between Bolton and the drop, with only 9 possible points remaining. Meaning, these last 3 games, all we need is a point to ensure that we stay up in the Premier League. But we'll see what happens next week. I want to thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Subscribe, tell a friend if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.